So, as you can see, that the American Black Negro believes that you are not within the in crowd unless you sound like an idiot. Unless you sound like the rest of the American dumbasses who chose not to have an education, who chose to stay in the ghetto neighborhoods to be like the rest of the outward dots. You see, that's just one representation. Do you understand how sad it is to be this dot right here? You see, when you're this dot right here, when you come across these other dots, you don't know how to interact. You see what I mean? You have no clue how to interact because throughout your whole entire life, you've been stuck in this shell of a type of protective shell, and it's not even a protective shell. It's something that was poison and you didn't even know it, and so you become poison itself. You understand? That's how poison works. Once you start to take in its processes and its chemical forms, you become that poison. Anyways, let's move on. Now, the American Black Negro also does not understand this key important part. This is why I am making the video. Hold on to your britches because this is going to be a storm. Here we go. You see, the Black American Negro does not understand that when white people, Mexicans, and other races hear you talk, they think of, boy, what a dumbass. And I better not say anything too much to this dumbass because he might attack me. Don't you Black Americans understand that when Mexicans are laughing at you, they're not laughing with you. When they're not laughing with you, they are laughing at you very hard. In fact, Mexicans and white people talk about you guys so much that it's so apparent. Sometimes white people will pick the dirtiest, probably the most dumbest black dude to come with them on their extravaganzas because they know this black guy will do almost anything to protect them if another black guy like them tries to rob them. Do you understand? You American black guy, you're just a dog, breaded to be this dumb down sounding and not having anything to back up your money. You have now formed this way of speech that locks you into a certain category. Whoever you speak to, wherever you go to, you now are in your own separate bubble. You now will not be taken seriously. You now will not have opportunities to get further, let's say a whole bunch of different aspects of people to talk to, links of people to corporations. People in big corporations and big up do not talk like you dumbass Black Americans. They do not. They do not. Remember, I'm not talking about all Black Americans. I'm talking about the Kent B Black Americans who based your videos solely off of the way you sound. Isn't that amazing? You know, I find it amazing that a person can carry themselves so disgustingly dirty, has nothing to offer life besides ridicule, right? Besides ridicule. And is so blind to look left and right and see that he is by himself. You are by yourself, American Negro. At first, I used to, whenever I'd go to different places, I remember I'd wear white t-shirts and try to be like you dumbass black Americans. I'm talking about you ghetto from motherfucking 10th Street, 30th Street, whatever street, who only know about gunshots, hip hop, going to the drugstore or your nearest Phillips station. And that's all you know. I'm talking about those guys. These guys right here. And I'm not saying you're not going to amount to anything because it's been proven. But you're by yourself. People over here consider you the leftover human. You understand? They know that you are the majority of a lot of these neighborhoods in America, and they knew that you'll fall for anything. You see, if you can fall for the trick of, hey, you need to sound this particular way in order to fit in, if you can fall for that, you'll fall for anything. You'll fall for buying a soda can for $2 instead of going out and buying a whole case for $6. You understand? You understand the mentality that you are possessing, American black man? We totally understand how to get over you, American dumbass black men. Not all of you. Okay? You see, the problem with most black males is that anything that is different from their 5 guys or 6 dumbass friends that they have, anything that is different from that, they will kind of go back to their, I can't really describe it, but their type of dumb way of thinking and say, okay, does this compare to me and my friends who have nothing, by the way, who is just hustling or barely making it or doing some sort of buffoonic thing to get money, right? So they believe that this type of way of thinking is the only way they can think because they've never ventured off of A, getting an education and trying to pronunciate words correctly. That way people take you serious, you dumbass. 2, learning different words, making yourself seem more smarter, gaining access to different things of knowledge. You know, when I bring up the book The Great Gatsby or The Scarlet Letter, you know, yes, those are books that I've, read a long time ago, but that just shows you, it shows you the level of consciousness a person has when they can say, hey, I at least read a couple of books. Have you read this book or whatnot? But the American Black Negro's book is music. The American Black Negro's book is who has the best rims, who has the best car, who's fucking the best bitch, who is doing this, who is doing that. The American Black Negro never picks up an actual book to start to learn something, to gain knowledge on making money. Rather than that, instead of doing that, they try to gain knowledge on making beats, being a 45-year-old rapper, never putting aside any type of money for any type of funds, and finally, not realizing that he can start his own business by strolling his black ass down to the bank, straightening up, sounding proper, and then getting a loan. Anybody can start a business, okay? Anybody can. But you see, as I said, once again, the American Black Negro has been stuck in this here, and I'm going to blame the Black American females, because I remember when I was a kid, okay? These Black American females were the judgers, okay, much like they are today, of who's cool and who's not cool, okay? And being cool to an American black female is you have to sound like a stupid country white dude from down south. You have to sound like down south country ass dude who fucking still works on his old 1972 cars. You know, still has the Confederate flag in his background. You know, it's so fucking funny that these black American guys are basing the way a person talks by that's the way his merit is. They're basing that, right? But never realizing that the way they sound is like their oppressors. Isn't that so fucking funny? And I mean their former oppressors. That is so fucking funny. It is hilarious. And what the true basis, the third basis of making this video is because I know there's a lot of black guys out there who has experienced this, who are American, okay? Don't feel bad about knowing how to read. Don't feel bad about not hollering at every black bitch who's got a fat ass just for them to take your fucking money. Don't be mad about being smart and knowing how to conduct yourselves, unlike these black guys who just wear all types of weird ass clothing thinking people are going to take them seriously. No. You see, black American Negro, you keep on pushing yourself into a corner, and now you're in such a corner that you don't know how to act. You don't know how to act when you see a real Negro come in your presence, make great videos, and white people don't have nothing bad to say about him. Only you and your dumbass way of thinking, because one, you have no essence going on within your mind. You see, black American female, you're not like the original black American. You're not like the original black male. No. You are a fucked up species. Most American black males, are a mixed breed of subhuman people. Let's say you take, and I remember seeing this and hearing this on another YouTube channel. Okay, and this is not my quote, but it's like they took the strongest of the black male and took the weakest of the caucus or whatever female and breeded these guys, and that's why they're so, you can see their outward shell is kind of masculine, but they're slow. You understand? Like, slow. I see a lot of these guys come at the shop. Slow ass dudes. You can tell that their descendants had some sort of mixture within them, and I'm not saying that's the reason why they're slow is because of their mixture, but what I'm trying to get at you is that they're not the original black people. The black people that you're kind of seeing right now are just a shell, a mere shell of what the black people were back in the day. I can guarantee you that. You know, I can guarantee you that 1,000%. All you're dealing with is thinner copies of what the original was. You understand? You're dealing with subhuman people who, instead of trying to step out of the norm and grading themselves and becoming better, instead of that, they want to fit in. They have a monkey-like mentality to formulate with the group. Even though the group is doing horrible, the group itself basically isn't even a group. It's just numbers, really. That's all the black American Negro is. And he can't see himself as a number. You understand? All he can see himself is being cool. He's cool. I'm just about getting pussy. My whole motive throughout the day is getting pussy. But the problem, black American Negro, is that your way of thinking, your way of trying to portray yourself as being cool or whatever, sounding black or whatever, that is just a trend. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? You have been phased out. Look at the music. There are different types of artists coming out surpassing the old type of hip-hop artists. There's a person named Young Yeechi and Little Uzi. And I know these guys are not familiar, you're not familiar with these people, but yes, a lot of them sound kind of like Uzi sounds ghetto. But Yeechi, he has a different angle on it, okay? He still has that American sound, but it's more of a flow. Okay, the gangster rap and the Tupacs and the T.I.s, you are faded out. You're done. You're over with. You can't even see that you're faded out. You will continue to dress your certain way of dressing while the rest of America moves on. You understand? And when you put yourself into this bracket, it's easier for people to say, wow, you really don't have anything to offer. Now, let's take it about 10 years from now, all right? 10 years from now, and these same black guys who claim that speech and talking ghetto and all that is supposed to be cool. Well, 10 years from now, there's going to be an influx of so many different type of people here that you're going to, and I've seen it at the park also, all right? You black American Negroes are going to be still trying to portray your hard thug life, and you're going to be surrounded by so many different ethnicities, like in this park, that you will be drowned out. You will be making a sound like a pen dropping on the floor while an engine is running. You just won't hear it. It won't. You might hear the aftermath of it, but what really is going on, what really is keeping the works going, is this multicultural thing. I hate to admit it, black man, but you're useless. And I'm putting myself into this category of being useless, okay? And I know people are like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Well, you black Americans has fucked me up. You fucked me and my kind up. By being such dumbasses, we now have to go a step further, especially when we're dealing with different people. We have to go a step further to let them know, oh no, we're not like that. Now, even though I'm in that bracket, I'm also not in that bracket. I'm here, you see. From the moment I start talking, I move from being here to here. It's not like here and then here. No, it's here to here. White person hears me talk, here. You understand? So I thank you, you dumbass American black dudes who don't know how to talk, who don't know how to speak, who don't know how to conduct themselves in public. I thank you for sagging your pants, and especially the guys who are now wearing these box haircuts, and they're obviously of a mixed breed, and they think that it's cool, right? Thank you for wearing skinny jeans like Young Dro or whatever the hell his name, or whatever. Thank you for wearing those fucked up jeans. Thank you for being a dumbass, because you help me every day. You know what I mean? Thank you. I really appreciate it. You know, from the bottom of my heart, thanks for being dumbasses. So, as to move on onto this video. This guy, Kent B, is what I'm calling him. I'd like to call him Kent the bitch, but there's another YouTuber named Kent, and he's a TFLer, so I'm not going to go there. But this guy, Kent, you see, he believes that like the high school people, that by saying, hey, you are a square ass dude, what does that mean? I'd rather be a square instead of a circle. And you want to know why? Because a square is more stable. Here goes a square. I'm stable. A round circle, like you dumbass black American Negroes, is always moving. You're always moving. You're on the go. You're a rolling stone. That's all you know. Just rolling from job to job to job, because you never formulated any businesses of your own. You never had anything of your own. And I can't blame that on you. I blame that on the black American female. Yes. Last thing about the park. Now, when I was at the park, what stood out the most is that, yes, the black guys had some hot females or whatnot. They were fat. And to me, the fat booty stuff is kind of getting old, really, because once a woman only has her ass to offer, they're not bringing anything to the table. What you get is poison, and a lot of these females smell like they might look good, but they have this. You see, when you're dealing with dirty stuff, your essence, your pores protrude this smell. You can't smell it yourself because you're used to it, but you see, we are still humans. And so when I come across these females, I can tell that, yeah, their kid not only looks dirty in the face, and that's my big thing too. Your kid not only looks dirty in the face, but you have on this kind of weird either makeup, or your face just naturally looks like there's no essence within it. You just have a shell of a body because you've never really ate anything positive. You've had cheeseburgers, you've had all sorts of weird stuff go in your colon, and now your ex-really body is feeling it, and you think because you have a fat ass, that means that you're healthy, but you're not. So anyways, so the black American females were all, and the males were all gathered up, and here goes where the story takes a turn for the better. They were bumping their music pretty loud, and there were like African people, there were Spanish people all around, and the black American people, they only had this like one section where they can huddle up like monkeys. And I noticed that they were, underneath the picnic place where there's an overpass, so they would, protect themselves from the sun or whatnot. And they were all standing, especially the males. And like ants in the documentary or the Discovery Channel, when you have the worker ants and you have the fighter ants and you have the kids or whatnot. That's precisely no different by the T, 100%, dot for dot, T for T. That was the same thing that was going on. But only thing, these black Americans were, yes, they had numbers, but they were pushed into basically this kind of square right here, you see? And let's get further into the video. You see, they're pushed into this square because of their own lack of knowledge, because of their own stupidity. Never ever taking the opportunity to probably meet a different ethnicity or get to say hi to somebody. Never taking the opportunity to learn something different, like arriba, abajo, izquierda, or derecha, or your corazón is your heart, or your ojos is your eyes. You know what I mean? A little bit of Spanish. You have to learn a little bit because these people are coming in. But the black American male, mainly, is so stupid, is so backwards in thought, backwards in process of life, that now he doesn't realize that when these people come over here, you're not going to be able to get the things that you used to get from the previous owners from different stores. No, you're not going to. You think that everything is going to stay the same, but if you look around, things are changing. You are now being pushed into a corner that you've pushed yourself into, and at any given moment, you can get out of this corner. You see, that's the best part about life. That's the best part about God's will, is that you can. But because you're stupid and has been born of different species, and you're a whole different race, black American male. You're a whole different race. A dumbed down, animal-like race who has nothing really to gain, offer, or move on in life. So because you're too stupid to realize that just by extending your hand you can help yourself and better yourself, you will always be in the box, looking out. I cannot name time after time when I pull up with my skizar, and these guys, and I've been wanting to say it, guys with 30-inch rims on an old piece of shit 1971 car, or guys who used to have the hot latest car and they have 2012 cars. You can tell the paint's kind of faded on it, and they swear they're still hot. But when I pull up I give these guys attitude. You know how I give them attitude? I basically park my car. I get out talking loud to my daughter or whatnot. You know what I mean? I lock my car. And then I'm talking loud and I don't even look at them. And the second thing how I gave them attitude is when I'm walking back, I go ahead, I start the car, I turn the music up like these black Americans like to do, because I like to do that shit too. Alright? Turn the music up, and I'm with my daughter, and I just kind of get out the car, roll her window down, and I'm shaking her head, you know what I'm saying? And I'm being different. You see what I'm saying? The problem with American black guys is that they feel they have a set pattern on the way they're supposed to act. You see what I mean? They have a set pattern on the way they're supposed to act, and if anybody acts abnormal than that, then they try to shy away from that person, not knowing that they are helping that person by shying away from them, because most of American black guys have zero to offer anyone. Go up to any black guy and guarantee you can't get shit, not even a couple of words out of this motherfucker, because he has nothing to offer. Nothing. And I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about intellectual conversation. If you take away females, basketball, and Jordans from the black American male, he will have nothing. He will probably commit suicide. You understand? That's how less these American black males down here have. They have nothing to live for besides trying to get stale ass pussy that knows their game. You see, last thing I'm gonna say, black American females know that the average black guy is useless. Alright? And so they put you guys in a category. These two categories right here. One, has he been to jail? Because if he's been to jail, that means he's been indoctrined and knowing a few things that most people don't know who have never been to jail. Okay, and the second thing that the black American female require is that you have to be stupid. Okay, you have to be talking stupid. Okay, she doesn't want to see you above her. You see, the average black American male is no different in thought, and a lot of times in his parts he may have a penis, but he still is a pussy. Alright? Meaning that he can't never climb above the average black American female stature in life. You see, the black American female can go to pretty much any job. Give me a job. Name one. Pick one. They can go to it, get the job, work it, make a better living than the average black American male. You see? So they'll continue to run over males constantly. That's why I've kind of stopped my campaign fight in trying to change black American women, because there's no changing them, because the black males have nothing. And they will always have millions of these, thousands at least, of these guys, not too far, not too a hand stretch away from wherever these black American females are. Final thought. So as I said, the black American male is that dot. We, the rest of the population, and I'm including other black males who want something more out of life than just sitting at home, or selling drugs, or just doing chivalrous jobs, just jangling around, making $10 here, $5 there. We benefit from you, black American males. We benefit from your fuck ups. We benefit from it. We want you to keep being a dumb fuck, because the more you fuck up, even though we have to go through these steps, black guys like us are looked even better upon because we've had something to climb out of. We didn't conform to your sound of, or way of sound, and we didn't conform to all of your stupid ways of thinking. You understand? So therefore we gain more. I get a lot of free stuff just because I don't sound like a dumbass. So, final thought. Yes, I may sound what you call white, but hey, at least you can understand me. Thank you. Unlike you country sounding TI losers who only have their time and moment in life and that's it. And not only that, but you record yourself as being a dumbass. So keep on sounding like a dumbass.